नमस्कार मित्र, आज आपण काल जे बाकी राहिलेले एक्झाम्पल्स होते त्या एक्झाम्पल्सला आपण कंटिन्यू करणार आहोत. ओके, आपण काल बाय युजिंग ट्रूथ टेबल एक्झामिन वेदर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स आर टॉटोलॉजी, कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन और कंटिन्यूसीचे एक्झाम्पल्स बघत होतो. ओके, आपण त्यांना पुढे कंटिन्यू करणार आहोत. ओके, त्याच्यातलं 6 नंबरचं एक्झाम्पल, 6 नंबर इन ब्रॅकेट P or Q or R implies in bracket P or Q or R. Thus we have to check that whether the given statement pattern is tautology, contradiction or contingency. Okay, now we have to draw a truth table and then there is a total number of 3 statement and we have to get 8 rows. Okay, and the logical connect is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 3, 8. Just we have to draw 8 columns. P, Q, R. The permanent will be that. Next, last one is a A and last one is a B. If you take as A, sorry, this P or Q. Another one that P or Q or R. Next, Q or R. Next, P or Q or R. Last one is my B. Last one is A. This A implies B. Now, this true, 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 false, 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 true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. Last one is my permanent fixed values, truth values are there. Now P or Q. P or Q. Last one is a true, 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 true. This last one will be the false, false. Okay, now P or Q or R. This we have to take as this bracket or R. Okay, that's true, 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 and false. Okay, now next Q or R. Q or R. Just true, 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 false, true, 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 and false. Okay, now next P or Q or R. P or Q or R म्हणजे ह्या दोघांमध्ये disjunction. Thus true, true, this true again, this true, true, this false or true, true, false or true, true, this false or true, true, and the last one false or false is false. Okay, now A implies B. Implication मला बघायचं आहे. A हा माझा ब्रॅकेट आणि हा माझा B आहे. Okay, next true implies true, true, true implies true, true, true implies true, true, that's true implies true, true. Next, true implies true is true, true implies true is true, this true implies true is true, and false implies false is again true. In the last column we have to get as a all truth values becomes a true, therefore the given statement pattern is tautology. Okay, हा झाला पुढचा स्टेटमेंट पॅटर्न आणि हा टॉटोलॉजी स्टेटमेंट पॅटर्न होतो. नाउ द नेक्स्ट वन. Now next question, 7 number in bracket P implies Q and a negation Q implies that negation of P. Now again we have to develop the truth table. P statement, Q statement. Okay, now this P, this negation of P. Next, negation of Q also. Now P implies Q, then P implies Q and negation Q. Okay. Now if you take as this one is A and this one is a B, then A implies B. Then now true, 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 false, false, true, false, false. Okay. Now negation P, false, false, true, true. Negation Q, false, true, false, true. Negation, implication. Now true, false, true, true. Next one, P implies Q and negation Q. P implies Q and negation Q. Now then P implies Q and negation Q. Now P implies Q and negation Q म्हणजे काय? या दोघांमध्ये and हा logical connective. That's one is a false, 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 true. And the last implication is that A. That's one is A implies B. Now A implies B wala. False implies false is true. False implies false is true. False implies true is true. And true implies true is true. Therefore, the given statement pattern is tautology. Next, 8 number. P and Q and negation P or negation Q. Now we have to develop again table. P, Q, is P and Q, negation P, negation Q, negation P or negation Q. The last A and B. Now true, 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 false, false, true, and false, false. Now then P and Q. True, false, false, false. Negation P. False, false, true, true. False, true, false, true. And then B. This B in bracket that. Negation P or that. False, true, true, true. And then next. Next, A and B. A and B. True and false is false. False and true is false. False and true is false. And false and true is false. Okay. Therefore, the last column have been all truth values becomes a false. Therefore, the given statement pattern is contradiction. 9 number. P implies in a bracket, Q implies R in square bracket that, and double implication P and Q implies R. Now we have to develop this truth table and we have to check that tautology, contradiction or contingency. Now P statement, Q statement and R statement are compulsory. Now then P, this Q implies R, and then we have needed P implies Q implies R. P implies in bracket Q implies R. Therefore that's one is A. Now next P and Q, and then last one is P and Q implies R. Then that's one is a B. And in both of them we have to get that double implication, that A double implies B. Okay, now let's truth values. True, 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 false, 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 false. Then true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false. Then true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. Okay, now Q implies R. Okay, implication. Just we have to take as true implies true is true. True implies false is false. False implies true is true. False implies false is true. True implies true is true. True implies false is false. False implies true is true. And then false implies false is true. Now next P implies this term. True implies true. True. True implies false. 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 True implies true is true. Okay. True implies true is true. Then false implies true is true. False implies false is true. False implies true is true. And the last false implies true is true. And P and Q. Then true, true, false, 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 and false. And then P and Q implies R. P and Q implies R. Then true, false, true, 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 plus true, then false implies true is true, and false implies false is again true. And then we have to take as A double implication B. Okay, now A double implication B. Now A double implies B. True, 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 that's true, 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 and true. Therefore, the last column have contained all truth values becomes a true. Therefore, the given statement pattern is tautology. Next question, 10 number. Next, P and Q or negation P and Q or P and negation Q or negation P and Q. Okay, now we have to change the terms will be there. Okay, now जर मी या दोघांना दोन ब्रॅकेट्स मध्ये डिवाइड करून देतो, याला A नाव देईल आणि याला B नाव देईल. ओके, आणि मग आपल्याला इझी होऊन जाईल. ओके, नाव मग आपण टर्म्स बघा आता. PQ आहे बरोबर. PQ, this we have to take as P and Q. This negation P, negation Q, and what do you want that? P and Q. Next, negation P and Q. Next, that's what is both of them. P and Q or negation P and Q. Okay. Next, P and negation Q. This already we have done it. P and negation Q. And negation P and Q आपण already काढून ठेवलं. हा ब्रॅकेट. ओके, रिपीट इथे रिपीटेड आहे म्हणून आपण परत तोच ब्रॅकेट आला म्हणून घेणार नाही. नंतर या दोघांमध्ये कुठला लॉजिकल कनेक्टिव्ह याच्यात आणि याच्यात ऑर आहे बरोबर आहे. म्हणजेच काय P and Q or negation this P and negation Q or P negation P and Q. हा झाला माझा B आणि सगळ्यात शेवटी A or B. This one is my A, that's B, A or B. Okay, now then next बघा आता true true, true false, false true, and false false. Next negation P, that's false, false true true, and false true, false true. Then P and Q, that's true, false, false, false. Then next, negation P and Q. Okay, negation P and Q. That's false, false, true, false. Okay, just in between them, both of them, as R. Okay, true, false, true, false. Okay, next, P and negation Q. P and negation Q. That's false, true, false, false. Okay, next P is in between that. Okay, now दोघांमध्ये और हा कंजंक्शन आहे. Thus false, true, true, false. आणि A आणि B मध्ये सुद्धा or हा कंजंक्शन आहे. Thus we have to take it as true, 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 false. Okay. In the last column, you have to get a mixed truth values. Or that means true or false both of them. That is दोघे true आणि false दोघे mix येतात. म्हणून last table is contradiction, just contingency. That's last type of the statement pattern. हा शेवटचा type असेल statement pattern चा. Okay. Next 11 number. 11 number. P or Q. P or negation Q. Or negation P and Q and R. Okay, now P statement, Q, R. Okay, now we have to get as negation P and also negation Q. Negation P, negation Q. Okay, this first bracket P or negation Q, then negation P and Q, and then next brackets in between them. या दोघे brackets मध्ये कोण आहे और हा connective आहे. Yes, P or negation Q or negation P and Q. Okay, that's what is my A and R. Next truth values. It's true, true, false, 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 and false. Then true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false. Okay. Then now true, false. True, false, true, false, true, false. Okay, negation P. It's true, just negation P. False, 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 true, 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 true. Negation Q is false, false, true, true, false, false, true, true. Okay, P or negation Q. P or negation Q. This first is true, second is also true, third is also true, fourth is also true. Next is false. The next is again false. Next is true, and the last is also true. Now next, negation P and Q. Negation P and Q. Okay, that's false. First is false, false, negation P, negation P and Q. False, 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 false. The next is also, next is true, true, false, false. Okay. Next, in between them it's both of them or true, 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 that's true, true, and true. Now, in between them A and R. R मध्ये आणि या A मध्ये, last one is A. दोघांमध्ये. First is true, false, true, false. Next, true, false, true, false. This your first is true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. You have to get as 8, and then we have to get all truth values with the mixed truth values. Therefore, the given statement pattern is contingency again. Next, 12 number. 12 number example. In bracket, negation P or Q, and Q implies R implies Q implies R, P implies R. Okay, now suppose this bracket is A and that is a B. That's what we taken as the columns P, Q, R. Okay, next negation P is also needed. Now, therefore, next negation P or Q. Now, this bracket Q implies R, and in between that, these two brackets in between that, and is logical connective. Negation P or Q, and Q implies R, and the last one is P implies R. Okay, and then in between A and B is, that one is B, and that one is A, and then A implies B. That's one is my required data. Now, this we have to take up two values. Now, true, 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 false, 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 and false. Next, true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. Okay, negation P. That's false, 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 true, 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 true. Negation P or Q. True, true, false, false, true, 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 and true. Last one. Q implies R. Just true implies true is true. True implies false is false. False implies true is true. False implies false is true. True implies true is true. True implies false is false. False implies true is true. And the last one is also true. And in between them is and logical connective. Now what kind of it? True, false, 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 true, false, true, true. Okay, the last, this next P implies R. P implies R. This true, okay, now true implies true is true, true implies false is false. Okay, true implies true is true. Next, true implies false is false. Okay, next, false implies true is true. Yes, false implies false is true. False implies true is true, and false implies false is true. Now next, A implies B. A implies B. That's true, 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 and true. So all truth values in last column are true. Therefore, we get a tautology. That's given statement pattern. Okay. Next, 13 number. थर्टी नंबर सोबत मी 40 नंबरचा एक्झाम्पल देतो. 40 नंबर अवघड एक्झाम्पल. 40 P implies Q, and in bracket Q implies R implies P implies R. Okay, now we have to done again the same. Just suppose this bracket is A and the whole square bracket is B, then P statement, Q statement, R statement. Okay, that's P implies Q statement. Last one is my A. Okay, now this Q implies R. Next, P implies R. Then in between them, Q implies R. Implies P implies R. Last one is my B. Okay, and in between them A and B. Okay, now then we have to check these truth values. Okay, Next, true, true, this true, 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 false, 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 true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. Next, P implies Q. Now, true, true, false, false, true, 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 true. Okay, next Q implies R. This true, false, true, 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 false, true, true. Okay, Q implies R. Now, true, 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 false, true, false, true, true, is true, and true. Last value. And then Q does in between the implication. True, 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 false, true, 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 true. And in between A and B is and is corrective. Now true and true is true. Okay. True and true is true. False, false, true, 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 true. Therefore, in this last column we have to get a mixed truth values. Therefore, we get a contingency. That's what is the given statement pattern is contingency. Okay. Next, पुढचे example सोपे 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay. 21 मध्ये आर आहे. बाकीचे जे दिले ते दोन स्टेटमेंट्स आहेत. ओके. आता जे पुढचे मी सॉल्व्ह करून देईल 22 नंबरचं ते तीन स्टेटमेंट्स आहे. तीन स्टेटमेंट्स आधीचे सॉल्व्ह करायचं आहे. 22 नंबर. Negation of that bracket. P implies Q implies R. Okay. Now suppose this bracket is A and this bracket is B. Then we have to get it. Now this P statement Q R. That one is my fixed statement. Now just we have to get it Q, negation Q. Okay. Now negation Q or R, and we need it as P implies this bracket. P implies negation Q or R. This we have to need it. Q implies R. And then next P implies Q implies R, and that's negation of that bracket. Negation of that bracket. P implies Q implies R. That's what is my B. And the last one is that A double implies B. Okay. Now check that. True, 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 true. False, 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 false. That's true, true. False, false. True, true. False, false. That's true, false. True, false. True, false. True, false. Okay. Negation Q. False, false. True, true. False, false. True, true. Next. Negation Q or R. This R is true, false, true, 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 false, true, true. That's implication of between them. Implication. True implies true is true. True implies false is false. True implies true is true. This next, true implies true is true. False implies true is true. False implies false is true. False implies true is true, and then true. Okay. Next, Q implies R. It's true, false, true, 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 false, true, true. Next, P implies Q implies R. This true implies true is true. True implies false is false. True implies true is true. True implies true is true. Okay, false implies true is true. Then next, true implies false. False implies false is true. Then next, false implies true is true, and true implies true is true. Okay. Then next, negation of that statement. False, true, false, 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 and false. And the last is A double implies B. A double implies B. Last bracket is my A. Okay, this bracket is my A, and this one is my B. A double implies B. Last one is a false, 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 false. All statements, truth values are false. Therefore, the given statement pattern is contradiction. दिलेलं स्टेटमेंट पॅटर्न काय असणार कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन. 23, 24 आणि 25, 26 हे पी आणि क्यू मध्येच आहे. ओके, म्हणजे त्यांचे लहान टेबल आहेत. मी आतापर्यंत जेवढे एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व्ह करून दिले हे अवघड एक्झाम्पल होते. मी ते एक्झाम्पल तुम्हाला सॉल्व्ह करून दिले. ते एक्झाम्पल व्यवस्थित चेक करायचे आणि बाकीचे एक्झाम्पल्स मला दाखवायचे. ओके, हे फक्त टॉटॉलॉजी, कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन आणि कंटिजेन्सी रिलेटेड. ओके.